Welcome to King Lizard on Xbox One with Forza Motorsport 6 Rivals, and today I'm at SPA DE FRANCORCHAMPS driving one of the new Polo Red car pack vehicles. This is W Motors 2016 LYKAN HYPERSPORT, and I'm liking it very much. Forgive the pun. This car is a car obviously you've seen if you've been playing Drive Club. It's a car you've seen as one of the freebies in that game. Quite a nice car this, and this 2016 model is looking meaner than ever. Now, out of the box spec, this car is an R835 class vehicle, and it has ratings of 8.5 for speed, 6.4 for handling, 9.3 for acceleration, and 6.3 for braking. So not bad stats across the board there. And I bought this vehicle to Spa, untuned and upgraded in any shape or form. I want to drive all of these Polo Red car pack cars out of the box as they come, just to see how these beasts handle before we mess around with them. This car is not a bad car actually, it's quite a nice car. Do really feel the weight of this LYKAN HYPERSPORT as you're driving it. You also feel kind of the tyres or the traction kicking in, where it's just kind of reluctant to move. Unfortunately, my Xbox Elite controller, which I used to do manual gearing on, didn't charge last night, so I've actually got this set to automatic gearing at the moment. It's how I'm racing right now. Obviously I can do better in manual, and I probably will at a later date. Assist wise, I have driven this without assists for STM and TCS, and I actually found it wasn't too bad, especially if you compare it to something like the McLaren P1, which is quite a handful with assists off. You know, it really does like to kick out at the back of the car. This one, you feel a little bit of a kick at the rear, but it's not. I'm not finding this one too bad to control. Seems to be more in my driving style maybe, but right now this race, pretty much I've got most assists on. I am driving what do you call it, automatic, and I do have the majority of assists on ABS and stuff. So we're coming up into these final couple of corners into this lap that I'm going to keep as my good one, and that took that pretty beautifully actually. That corner I normally find quite tricky and normally mess that up, so that's quite a good sign as well. I pulled in a 2-minute 35.031 there in that LYKAN HYPERSPORT. Now my previous best, which clearly wasn't a Rivals time, I'm pretty certain it was a PvP race time, was in the 2017 Ford GT, which I know to be an R900 class car. That was a 2-minute 10.250, which was dirty. And obviously that's quite a big chunk, that's 25 second difference between the two cars. However, do bear in mind that this is an R835 configuration out of the box without upgrade and tuning, so a bit of an unfair comparison. The world record at this time is held in that Formula 1 car, the car that won the most Formula 1 races ever, the McLaren MP4, and that is a 2-minute 06.903. So obviously that car is 29 seconds ahead of this car. However, that said, I haven't upgraded this yet, so it'll be interesting to see how much of a gap I can bridge between those two cars with some upgrades on this LYKAN HYPERSPORT, if I can take it to an R900 spec, which I probably suspect I will be able to. But in general, this car, I felt, for a hypercar, was very well balanced. It's, you know, it's got good speed, it's got good handling, it's got good acceleration. I don't think there's anything that's particularly mind-blowing about it, but it is a very well-rounded and balanced car, and out of the box it's, you know, it's a pretty grippy animal. I mean, if you for instance compare this with P1 McLaren in our class, the McLaren for me is just a lot slidier, and it gets a lot more upset without any form of traction control. Now this LYKAN I have driven without traction control, and it's not quite as bad as the McLaren. It's, you know, it's quite handleable. In this case though, I am automatic for this race purely because I forgot to charge my Elite controller, so no paddles for me today, back to automatic gearing to make things easier for myself anyway. From a world ranking perspective, that put me in 7,600th in the world out of 237,638 other drivers. That's the top 3%, so not bad at all. Thanks for watching. Please take the time to rate the video, and if you're not a subscriber, don't be shy, click that sub button. It'd be great to have you aboard King Liz's Game Lounge. Take care, keep watching, and come back soon.